creatures. A mushroom, a fish, a donkey, or a human, we all have the same ancestor. There's an early ancestor of all the plant life, all the fungi, all the animals, the humans. There's one ancestor, and that's at the root of the family tree, and that branched out, and we're on one of the branches. And we happen to be probably at the top of one of the branches. But that doesn't mean that we're different from a mushroom exactly. We're all cousins. We're all related. And so I like to see the world that way. I'm not saying that defines anything, but it does take the religion and the magic and the God stuff out of it. And it makes these gurus who say nothing exists but consciousness, it kind of makes them sound a little too certain of themselves, which I've critiqued a lot. These guys sitting on a stage and they say, there's nothing but consciousness. And people are sitting at their feet, oh, well, isn't that nice? I don't know. I don't really know if there's nothing but consciousness. Everything is made of consciousness. I don't know that. This material world seems pretty real to me. If I get a cut, I'll go to the emergency room before I bleed out, truly. And as I've been ill, like Scott.
I pass everything through the Robert Saltzman filter. How do they know that? How do you know that?
And you know that how?
Yes, exactly.
I had an uncle who used to say, and you know that how, Charlie? He liked to drink. My uncle loved to drink. He had a bar in his house down in the basement. It was a full bar. He had all the different liquors. He had his own beer tap. And you'd be down there with him, and I was a child, and he had a sign on there that in this kind of faux German script, and it said, "We grow too soon alt and too late smart." And so he was kind of a teacher, a drunk, but a good teacher. And he would always ask that question. If you would wiseacre, he would say, "Oh, and you know that how, Charlie?" And that's what I say to all these grinning gurus who want everyone to believe their story and learn it, imitate it. Yes, and you know that how.
I know you get them all drunk, Robert. Get the gurus, get them drunk, and they're gonna tell the truth finally.
Yes,
drunk people tell the truth usually.
You think if you get one of those guys drunk, he'll come clean?
All of them.
All of them. Well, we should throw a big party for the entire spiritual world.
Yeah.
with plenty of bourbon.
Yeah, I love John Troy when he go behind the scenes. That's really good point. When he goes behind the scenes, backstage.
Backstage. John Troy's been. See, John Troy is a very amazing guy because he's been backstage with a lot of these really famous gurus and been invited into their homes and stuff, and he's seen how ordinary they really are. Like Papa G sitting in the kitchen watching a football match on TV and rooting, Meanwhile, everyone says, "Oh, this guy's so wonderful." No, he's just another guy who likes football.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm that way too. In fact, in order to do this, I missed the second half of the Georgia-Alabama showdown, and I was a little sorry to miss it, but I'm glad to be here with all of you. And I'll just get the score later.
Years ago, in a meditation I was doing, I had a special place in my mind where I would go meditate. It was a Japanese tea house, and always behind me, this image of my higher self was behind me when I was meditating. And at one point, I had never had a face or anything. And at one point in my meditation, this figure came around me, took off its mantle, hung it on me, and just disappeared, basically saying, You don't need a guru. You don't need a higher self. You are what you are. There you are. And
that's a very cool experience. Yes.
yeah, that was a major shift to realize it's like, you don't need gurus. You don't, whatever's going to happen is going to happen within yourself. And there it is. So
Mhm.
there's a big shift.